I woke up in Sven's apartment with a bit of a headache. It was about 4 a.m. when we came back home last night. I had the most strange dream. I dreamed about Victoria. In fact, she was one of those girls in the bar last night, at the beginning of the night. She kept an attitude towards me. She gave me evil strange looks. She gave me quick impatient looks too. I invited her a drink and we went home. We made love. It was right cold. She didn't even look at me. Any sign of love between us had vanished, but it was sensational anyways, for her too. With or without love, I loved her. She put the weight of part of her body over my chest. I grabbed her waist and her muscles like in a weird dance. She touched her hair and pulled it away backwards. She had become a cold woman in look for pleasure, and me, I had become a coward to her eyes. But it felt right, that combination, at least for one night. I think that dream was just the reflection of the thoughts that went on my subconscious elitely. I thought in part, Victoria looked like one of those Swedish girls in the bar. She was blonde and had clear eyes. Then I thought twice and I concluded that Victoria didn't look Swedish at all. She looked fucking American, even if she could have some Scandinavian heritage. I really missed her. I would have picked her up among any girl in that bar, and that's what I did in dreams. This time Victoria flew away from bed like a bird with the first lights of dawn. No cuddling or anything. It was not a customary Saturday morning in New Orleans, definitely. It was a total one-night stand, but it felt strange with her alt-hot, very pleasant. What happened last night was kinda surrealistic. Sven and Magnus let themselves going with the music and the drinks. Soon we had some 80s and 90s classic songs being played. There was even a band. We talked and joked. We talked about future, dreams and the cruel reality. But it was funny. It was long since I enjoyed a night out that much. I realized Sven liked to talk to strangers, as strange as him. It was like for him at night any nonsense coming from his mouth was okay. That's what night is about, he said. It felt as if they had already finished all the work they were entrusted in Stockholm in a closing party after the hard work, when we hadn't even started the roughest part of it. I hadn't even a sketch for what was going on about next morning, but hell, I let myself going too. I thought that if Sven, which was at the head of it all, wasn't worried, why should I? I thought about how small my responsibility was in all this matter. I would be there for Sven next morning, listening to his guidelines for sure, but then enjoying myself was all about to do. Then New Order's Your Silent Face was played. I looked around, I looked back to Sven and saw him closing his eyes and opening them again, even with a renewed strength. The tiredness was made visible in all of us three, but those moments were certainly priceless. Sven told me I was going to be able to make a visit to Vasa Museum. You are not leaving Stockholm before you see several things, I swear it on my name, darling. Sven was undoubtedly a genius. Then he raised both his arms and smiled. And screamed, I got him. Are you drunk, Sven? I asked. Then Magnus took the piss, saying he was just tipsy, and we all laughed. Then Sven came straight to us, no, your honor, no, I fooled you both. I am sober as hell. The far you flee from reality, the toughest is the crash. Why was Sven talking like that? It was just inappropriate and funny. But in fact, Sven wasn't drunk, he was just like that. That is the funniest thing of it all. Then Sven surprised us in the middle of the celebration, giving us a teaser for next morning. He announced it as if he was announcing a song among the chatting and shouting. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for power, corruption and lies. Prepare yourselves to troll the system with the system tricks. I got him, we know who he is. And we are going to put him on the spot. Just for the fun, okay? We are not going to be too bad. I almost feel sorry for him. He thinks he is a psychopath, but he was made in China. Then the thing kept going on. And there was no reason to stop because Sven had it all in his crazy, cheeky mind.